I can speak to the people that don't have it or don't know if they can have it. And as Padre is saying, sometimes we just do these talks to trick you into receiving the presence right there on the phone, wherever you're at. Because it doesn't exist in just a church or a temple or an ashram. It exists where you decide to experience it. But right now it's in all your rooms. I think you can almost, if you close your eyes, wherever you're at, like, unless you're driving, please don't close your eyes while you're driving. But literally, reach back out with your senses, and beyond the sense of whatever it is that you feel is restriction, or maybe your mind's busy trying to understand our words, how do you feel right now? And where does it feel more open rather than closed? If you tap into that openness, stretch a little bit further into that open space, even if it's just one location, like just behind you, or maybe only in your feet feels open. Wherever it is, don't sit here and say all the other places that aren't. Just stretch into that openness, because the presence approaches us from whatever direction, internally or externally, that we wish to reach out and feel it again. And it's like oxygen. You can't be without it, even if you're pretending you're not. And as you feel that, you can see it as a color, or feel it as a breath or a wind, and just let it begin to fill you passively. Don't think it has anything to do with your breath, but if breath helps you do that. You want to visualize a color that feels like that feeling. It's a gold or a white or a blue or pink or any color. Just imagine letting that color start to run up your legs or in your back or from the center of your head outward, wherever you feel the openness. Allow it to open more. And each time you're just making one more place in you that's been separated. You're giving it back to who you are, which is presence with Holy Spirit, or with prana, or chi, or the Tao, or nature of mind. This is our birthright, our heritage. Is where we're from. It's who we are. Sometimes there comes a message, a word, and then a lot of information comes, and then we hesitate and we start reaching for the word. Well, just let the word go by like a cloud. Your spirit knows what that word is. Just go a little bit deeper. The word might be just an encouragement to open more or to release more. Everything you have is a struggle. The things that are in the background, your health, your finances, your family situations, see them be pulled up and out into that presence, to be held by the presence, as Bobby is saying, a prayer, giving it to God, to Holy Spirit, to solve, to resonate with, to open. Like a child, when I was a child, I didn't try to control anything. But what we call being adult is often just a series of controls. And as Jesus was teaching, you can't get to heaven unless you become like a child again, unless you decide to let go of the control. It doesn't mean let go of the responsibility. You sacrifice. You take the responsibility and you make it sacred. You give it to the presence. So everything you're struggling with, anything, just line them up. Line of dominoes. Don't even try to figure them out. And see them be pulled up into that presence, into that space. If you watch yourself grabbing onto one or two, just notice that. Like, oh, I'm really afraid to let that go. I don't really trust this is going to work. I need to be in control. Just watch that. That's one of our responses. Let your mind let them go too. I'm sure we'll have them back tomorrow, maybe at the end of this phone call. But for just a second, let everything in your mind go up too. Even if there's a part of your mind going, well, I can't, I don't know what to do. It's okay. See it like a little chipmunk in a wheel. Let the chipmunk on the wheel go up and out. It's just a habit. Yeah. Everything we do that we do over and over becomes a habit. And it's Bobby described in the beginning. If you start with habits like this, your day will be very different. Like Joe D'Espazio talks about, you start to create your day. This is quantum physics. This is scalar physics. Taking two possibilities, my problem and God, bring them together, brings any possibility forward. But I have to give up those things to the quantum field. Now, if you had an experience of any sort, I'd like you to write Padre about it. Even if it's small. Did you experience something, a shift, a change? These are the miracles. not, hey, wow, 3 days later my house loan went through. Those are great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
But then we go back to control again and worrying about the payments and worrying about the taxes instead of, wow, I saw myself grasping onto something. That's a miracle.